doing interviews. You'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready, 'cause it's the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello everybody and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. I am beyond excited about today's show. One of my guests I've had on already, but that was on the radio show, so now I'm really excited to have her on the TV show. It's going to be really cool. So I have Kristina Hernandez and
Hi.
Taylor Clarkson on. So hi guys, how are you? Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. And today's show is about transgender youth. And I really have to say, I think you guys are so incredible, and you're so sweet for coming and doing this. I really appreciate it. But so why don't you introduce yourself and tell people a little bit about yourself?
Nice.
Who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. Well, hi, my name is Kristina Hernandez. I'm 13 years old, and I've been transitioned for about 3 years now. I started my transition when I was in the 6th grade, and I'm going into 9th grade now. So it's been a journey and stuff, but yeah, I'm just really happy to be here. So yeah.
Absolutely, and we're happy to have you on. And then Taylor?
All right. Hey, I'm Taylor. I'm 19. I've only been transitioning for 2 months, so yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly.
Yeah, no. But I think, the reason I really wanted to cover this topic, first of all, I think it's very important, and I don't think a lot of people understand as much as they should about transgender and transgender rights and all the stuff that's going on right now. So first of all, I want to say, can you like kind of get the proper verbiage and stuff? Because I know even though people don't mean harm, sometimes it can be offensive and stuff.
Sure.
So can you like give people some of the proper verbiage and stuff? Because even I screw up sometimes. So if I do anything, I'm not trying to do it on purpose. But I think it's important so people know what's right and what's wrong.
Well, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I guess. I'm a trans man, so I go by he, him, his pronouns.
Yes.
Well, I think one thing is I think like it's okay to like every now and then like not know the proper verbiage and like mess up every now and then and all that stuff. But I think it's great when you ask, because that's when you know there's like a respect going on, and and then you know how to approach someone, because like a lot of people, they don't mean to come off as rude, they just don't know how to approach trans people.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think a really important thing to talk about is just ways to address people, address transgender people, and like the right ways to talk about, like to the right things to say. So a thing that I talk about a lot that I come across is people that say like, instead of like transgender people, they say transgenders, and they transgender is like, it's not like a like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Correct.
It's not a noun.
No.
It's not a noun. So it's transgender
It's
people.
describing
It's not like
something,
it's we're not like a third species of people.
Yeah.
We're not like those transgenders. Like, no, that's the way to say it. So I would say that to not say it that way, and that also not transgendered. We're not transgendered. We are transgender. So I don't know. I just think it's good to bring those things up, because those are really important.
And then also, like, it's good to say transgender people afterwards to remind people that we're people. So,
well, I think
we're not some alien race. So.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think that's really important to realize, too. But, yeah, no, like, people, they don't, like, I don't know, people are weird sometimes, but you're just normal people. That's all it is. And even though your journey is different than someone else's, you're just normal people. That's all it is. And I think that's really important to realize, too.
Yeah, everyone's journey of life is different, no matter if you're trans or not. You know, everyone's always going to have their difficulties in life and everything. And so I think just to understand that we're just like everyone else, and that we're just trying to live life, and we have challenges just like everyone else, is really important to know that, you know, we're here, and that we're just normal people that have feelings as well as you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I also want to bring up, if someone's questioning their sexuality or if they're transgender or if they're not or whatever. When did you start to realize? Like, when were you like, oh, I'm not in the right body? Because when did you start realizing that? Because I think that's important. And like, what were the signs? And like, when did you start realizing all this?
Well, one thing I'd like to bring up is I don't feel like I'm in the wrong body. You know, like I think that my body is my body, and so I really do believe that like I was born in my body, and like just because, and you know, I think that this comes up a lot of like the whole born in the wrong body thing is like, oh, and I hear this a lot, is like you're like there's this surgery, and like at the end of this path of being trans you're gonna get this surgery, and then you're just like in the right body. But you know, your body is your body, and if you want to make changes to your body, that doesn't make you in a different body. But to answer your question, I really started realizing that I felt differently about my gender when I was about 4 years old. I started telling my mom that I was a girl when I was 4 years old, and I used to like wrap a blanket around myself, and I would tell people that I would tell my mom that I was Cinderella, and I like that was kind of like my thing that I was always really like that I always really like connected with, was like Disney princesses and fashion and things. And I was a ballet dancer for a lot of years, and it was kind of like my only way that I could really express myself until I was able to transition when I was in 6th grade. And you know, it was really tough, and I had a lot of challenges dealing with that. But I mean, you get through everything, and I mean, everything is definitely for a reason. So I'm definitely very proud of like how everything has gone, and so yeah.
Well, I think this is a personal thing. I don't want to bring this up. I also want to clarify what I was saying too. I don't think you have to have the surgery. I don't agree with that at all. I think it's your choice and everything. I was just like, I said it wrong. I apologize.
Yeah, it's just something that is it for me. Like I don't meet a lot of people that really come from the same place as me. That have always been only introduced to the born in the wrong body thing, and so it's always been really important to me to like to make sure that people know that you don't have to feel that way, and you can feel that way, and that is a total reasonable way to think, but that it's not so black and white. So yeah,
I want to apologize, Ty. I didn't mean to say that at all.
It's totally good.
But no, I appreciate you correcting me as well, because it's important, and I am learning, and I think a lot of people are learning, and it's important. So, and then Taylor, what about you?
Okay, well, you know, I didn't really know I was transgender for a while. Wasn't until like recently, actually. I just struggled with the whole gender roles and being told I'm a girl and having a woman's anatomy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what it was. And in high school, that was really weird for me, because that's when puberty kind of hits.
Yeah.
And I started coming off as like non-binary and like gender queer, gender fluid. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's where you don't really specify as any gender at all. You just be yourself, and sometimes you might just like a woman, just like a guy, or whatever those roles or whatever guy or girl clothes really are.
Yeah.
Specifying that. But it got worse, and I started experiencing a lot of gender dysphoria, and I didn't feel comfortable with female pronouns, and I was not comfortable with my body, and I talked to people I loved, and I decided that it was best for me to go on hormones, and I do identify as a male to this day.
Yeah.
I view myself as a feminine male, so that's my identity. That's how I am. Again, I kind of fall underneath the spectrum of transgender people, because transgender people, it is like a umbrella spectrum.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is no like black and white.
Sure.
Yeah, and a lot of people think to be transgender, you either have to be
male or female. But
right.
You have to like conform into one box, and that's so not
right,
true.
or you can't have a sexual orientation different from straights.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
A lot of trans men are told they can't be trans if they date men, and you can be gay. So that's one thing too. And I am in a relationship with a man, so that was really oppressing, and because I was told I wasn't really it was
trans enough.
Yeah, trans enough. And like, what is like concept
ridiculous.
even? Like trans enough. Like what? Like it's some kind of like contest. Like you have to be this like tall into a ride or this trans.
Yeah.
and that was difficult, but
I can't hear the boy at all.
yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Like, I'll try to get closer so you can hear my my 12-year-old puberty voice, because it's pretty much where it is right now.
No, I'm just a really loud person. So
Yeah.
Taylor needs to put the mic by his mouth.
Okay. Is this good?
Yeah, I think that's better.
Okay.
That's probably better.
All right, it's like almost touching my face. I feel so awkward, but okay, let's do it. So yeah, but like again, I didn't necessarily feel like I was born in the wrong body. I mean, I can't talk for all trans people.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I did. I definitely, my body did not resonate with who I was as a person and how I would like to express myself.
Yeah.
And it was really hard every day going through life, people just seeing me as a female when I'm not a female. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm I don't know, I'm just some like flamboyant man.
You're just Taylor.
Yeah, I'm just
you're
Taylor.
Yeah.
That's very simple. I was going to keep it like that, so.
Yeah.
You know, my
Yeah.
whole life I was always like taught that was like the only way it could be, and and then when I really started thinking like I don't resonate with that, and so you know I like to make it a point to bring that up.
Absolutely. And I hate to interrupt, but we're going to go into a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll be with Kristina. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Corey Taylor Talk. I am just bumping everyone over here. I'm sorry. But welcome back to Corey Taylor Talks, the #1 teen talk show. We have Kristina and Taylor in here. So, but we were having a really great discussion over break, before the break even, and then it went over along during the break. I don't know. I can't talk today. Anyway, so we were talking about oh gosh, like what Kristina was saying earlier too, and I made the mistake of saying that, but that you were born in the wrong body, which some people do identify as, but some people don't. And so we were discussing that, and you were saying that. So I think that's a really great topic to talk about, because all I ever heard in the media, like you guys were saying, was that, oh, you were born in the wrong body.
Yeah,
but
of course,
that's
me
not always
too.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. From the time that I was little, I always heard that, and when I'd always heard that from every like trans person that was in the media, like I was born in the wrong body, and like I got this surgery, now I'm like in the right body, and then like I always just thought that was like the way it had to be, and then like I really started thinking about like that's not that I don't think that way.
No,
like
yeah.
that's I don't feel like my body is wrong. Like I feel like I'm in my body, and so like
I think that's great too.
yeah, and so when I really started realizing that that wasn't the way that I thought, it definitely like changed my perspective on the way that like that we all think, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's very important too. And then I also wanted to bring up Brendan Jordan, who is an amazing person. I absolutely adore him. But he came on the show, and he was saying that he identifies as gender fluid. And he also is saying that a lot of people, when the video first came out, for those of you who don't know, he was the one that was dancing to the Lady Gaga song in the background of the news. There was no song playing. He was just being amazing. But a lot of people were saying, like, oh, you're giving a bad name to the LGBT community. And, like, it was just, like, a really bad time for him. And I couldn't believe that. And I was like, I want to bring this up, too, because I think it's very important that your mom was also saying, too, that a lot of people in the community should really work together. And it doesn't matter if someone identifies as this and you're different and you identify in this type of way that's different from them. But I think it's important to work together and make people realize that everyone's different, but you're just a human being. So,
yeah, you know, everyone's going to think differently for sure. And everyone just needs to accept that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're getting a lot of questions too that I'm not forgetting about you guys. So Riley said, are there any places in Las Vegas that trans teens/kids can safely hang out and have fun? That's a really good question. Do you guys have any particular place that you could think of?
Yes, we do, actually. So me, my mom, and a couple other people in the community, we actually help to run a trans teen group that we hold every Saturday. So we hold this group from 1 o'clock to 2:30, and yeah, so it's a really fun group, and there's a lot of us, and it's I think like a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, it's like therapy session. It's really not. You know, there are times there's times when it's all laughter and fun, and times when it's more serious and stuff. But it really is a really fun place, and it's a very safe place, and it's it's run by such great people, and so I definitely would say like that is a great place that that I would suggest. So
Yeah. Do you have any?
Yeah,
other places?
and that's right. Gender Justice Nevada. They're also going to be opening a new group, and hopefully this July.
Awesome.
And it's going to be transmasculine and more so relating to transmasculine, but there also will be other like trans guy stuff, and it's going to be a trans man group, and hopefully that will open this July. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really cool, and like it definitely is a really great group. So so to answer Riley's question, that is the place that I would suggest.
Absolutely, and that's awesome. I think that's great. I had never heard of it. That's awesome. That's really cool. And I think it's important to know that there are places like that out there. So that's really cool that you brought that up. And then, thank you, Chad. Thank you, Danny. And then Danny has, me and my friends are trying so hard, but we are so confused. So, Kristina, do you want to date boys, and Taylor, do you want to date girls? If you do you tell the other people that you are physically the same sex as them? Okay, so...
That's a great
Yeah,
question,
I was gonna
actually.
say-
So I'd love to answer that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'd say that I identify as pansexual. So I don't really, I don't have like a specific gender that I really like am more attracted to. Although I tend to. I mean, I guess to like I don't really look at gender when it comes to am I attracted to people. It's more just about like the actual person. And so
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really dated anyone. I'll bring that up because so I don't know. I haven't really experienced that. So I don't know if you maybe you want to bring that up. 'Cause I haven't really ever experienced most of that.
Okay,
actually.
well, where do I start? Okay, well, since I started transitioning and I actually started calling myself trans, and I discovered the journey that's right for me, and I discovered who I am as an individual. I dated girls a little bit, and then I dated men, and they were okay with me being gender fluid, and they knew my sex or whatever you could say. It was pretty obvious what my gender was, what I was born with, and then later off in transitioning, my boyfriend, he was actually with me before I transitioned. And he's been all for it. So he already knows, of course. And if I were to be in another relationship, I would tell them. It's not like I'm ashamed of it, or it's not like it's something that I'm going to hide for someone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's there. It's on the table. So
Yeah, I've personally never dated anyone, but definitely like I would say that I don't want to hide anything from anyone. I don't think that there's anything about me that is shameful or anything about my
there's
body that's
nothing
shameful.
too high, yeah.
And if like someone that I was dating is not accepting that, then I'm not going to be with that person.
Of course,
obviously,
yeah.
I'm not just going to like make what's the word I'm looking for. I'm not going to make like exceptions for other people just because like it makes them more comfortable.
Yeah.
So
right.
And then Chad was asking, do your parents support you?
my parents actually do support me. My mom is actually here today, and my mom has been great. I'm an only child, so it's just me and my mom, and she's been perfectly she's been just amazing about it. And my mom actually works for Gender Justice Nevada, which we were talking about earlier,
Yes.
that runs the teen support group. So yeah, totally. It's she's been awesome and very, very great about like my entire transition. So yeah.
That's great. And Taylor?
Well, no.
yeah.
Friends, yeah. Family, no. That's been a difficult part of my journey, and through life. And
Yeah.
only thing I can do is just hope that things turn around, and they can see how much happier I am, and how much confident and how much of a better person I have become.
Absolutely.
And
I'm really sorry to hear that, but I do hope that people do start seeing. I think personally the world's getting a lot better and more accepting, but there's always going to be people out there that unfortunately just don't get it, but I do hope that one day they will get better with it.
Right.
But also, when we come back, we're running out, we need to go to a commercial break. When we come back, I also want to talk about coming out to your parents and stuff, because I'm sure that has to be a difficult subject sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and I think it's very important for the youth to understand, like, and get some advice on that. So everybody stick around, and we'll be back with... Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. During the break, we were talking about horror movies and stuff, so we were having a very good time. And The Purge is coming out tonight, and I really want to see it, so we were talking about that. But the topic that we were talking about before we left is coming out to your parents and stuff. And you said that your mom and stuff are very supportive, and I think that's awesome. But Taylor, unfortunately, your parents weren't as supportive. And but I think that's important too, to understand that there are other people that are around that their parents don't understand and won't accept them. So I think that's really cool that you're showing that you're still getting through this and you have great friends and a great support system around you, even though you don't have your parents. But so I want to talk about coming out to your parents. And, like, I'm sure the most, like, thing is, like, well, they're going to freak out. They're going to hate me. So I'm sure that's really hard. So what advice do you have for people that want to come out to their parents as anything, not just trans, but anything?
I would say just, like, that it's gonna be a rough road, and it definitely was for me, and I know it can be really, really scary, and that like a lot of the time it feels like everything is just gonna kind of be just crumbling down on you, and it was really, really scary for me when I was trying to transition. But I know that once I was able to just come out and be able to live as like my true self and be able to just like be accepted for the person that I really like was, it definitely was. It was great to just know that, like, I was able to just live as my true and authentic self.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And then, Taylor, do you have any advice?
Personally, this is all what's happened to me personally, and my emotions, my feelings, experiencing this. I have never, even throughout all the chaos and all of the shunning and all of that, I have never been happier and more confident in like everything. Yeah. Like 2 months ago, before I even started taking hormones and started like being like, hey, I'm just going to be the person I am, and you know, like there's going to be drawbacks to society, but you know, it's worth it because I like who I am and I want to be the person that I am. And I am so glad I made that choice, because 2 months ago, I wouldn't be on this, like, I wouldn't be here with you guys and had this great opportunity. And my advice is just stay true to yourself and just go what's best for you. And it's not easy.
No, of course.
No. Yeah, everything happens for a reason, and, like, you're definitely put on the path that you are put on for a reason, and I think that just, like, I know that, like, everything that's happened in my life has been for the best, and I am so happy with the person that I am today.
Absolutely. And then the questions are kind of scrolling up, but someone brought up Caitlyn Jenner, and they said that she was, I'm trying to remember what they said, but they were basically
asking if Caitlyn, I remember.
You read it? Okay.
Asking if Caitlyn Jenner had helped to, like, make, like, to help to
bring more attention
to transgender youth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're working together, teamwork here. We got it, Kristina. So would you agree with that statement? Do you think that's true, or?
I definitely think that she's brought attention to the media. I think just anyone that has, like, that has brought their brought attention to the trans community is great, and so I think that definitely that she has had some kind of influence on it. I don't know if I would specifically say to transgender youth in particular, like specifically, but just to trans people in general. I think that she definitely has helped to bring more awareness and stuff to the community. Yeah.
Well, also, I know she's had a lot of controversy as well, and she said some stuff, and it's like, really?
That wasn't so great.
But, so I wouldn't, I mean, I think it's great that she, like you were saying, she did bring a little more attention to it.
Yeah.
But do you, like, have any role models that you can actually look up to? Because I know she's probably the most popular one right now, but do you have any particular ones that you look up to?
Well, I definitely say, like, in terms of here in Las Vegas is the person who actually helps to run the groups that we do is Jane Heenan. She's been great, and she's the reason that I transitioned in the first place. She was
Awesome.
the reason that I was able to come out and feel safe in my skin. I started going to Jane as a therapist, and she really did help me a lot to really help to discover myself and really realize who I am. And it's crazy, like, I really remember, like, every last bit of the every last detail of, like, when I went to go see her. I remember like what I had on, like, and everything, and like it really just being able to go and see Jane, which she definitely has just helped me so much, and I would definitely say that she is definitely one of my role models for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's awesome. And then do you, Tiffany?
I can second that. Like, I hate to be that person, but yeah, I found gender justice like 3-4 months ago, and it was great for me. It was great to know there's so much support and you're not alone. And like we mentioned earlier, they have groups, and you can be sharing a space with other transgender people and folks who are who range from age range from age like 4 to like age like 27, I believe.
Yeah, we've had 3 4-year-old kids in our group, and it is amazing, especially for me. Like, I've literally I've heard about these kids that were like going to come to our group and stuff, and just like literally getting emotional, just knowing that these kids were able to transition so young and be able to be themselves so young and stuff. And it's so great. But I love Jane so much. So definitely she is one of my role models for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think I was gonna say I think you two are really good role models, and
Thank you.
Especially you're younger and stuff, so people can look up to you and be like, "Wow, they're doing it. They're living their lives the way they want to," and I think they can really live up to you. Or, I identify with you, and I think you're really cool. But also, I think as like a pop culture one, I would say Gigi Gorgeous. I think I don't know, but I think she's really a cool one.
Yeah, definitely.
She seems really cool. So I don't follow her too much, but she always seems like really supportive of everything. So
on a bigger scale of like celebrities and stuff, for sure, because I am an actress and I do act and stuff, is Laverne Cox.
And that's how we met. But
Laverne
Cox.
Yeah, Laverne Cox. I love Laverne Cox. I actually just started watching Orange is the New Black. Poor me, but I just started watching Orange is the New Black, and I just like loved her even more than I already did, because she's just so great and has such a great perception of everything, and is just incredible, and I just love her. So definitely, like, on a bigger scale of celebrities and stuff, I would say Laverne Cox for sure.
That's awesome. I think she's a great role model, and but yeah, so we're going to take another. The segments are going by so quick. I can't believe it. But so we're going to be taking another commercial break in a second. Oh, okay. We're going to be answering a question soon. Don't worry, we'll get to you, Chi-Chi. That's a very heavy one, so I think we'll get to it the next subject, and then we'll be talking about where you can find all the support groups in Vegas and stuff, and we'll be talking more to Kristina and Taylor. So everybody, stick around. Welcome back to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. Once again, we are back with Kristina and Taylor. And a lot of people are asking to not end the show and stuff. Unfortunately, we don't have a choice. But we will be having them on back again soon. And hopefully they'll be starting some cool things where you get to see more and more of them. But anyway, so let's get back into everything. Chi-Chi, yes, I do remember you, of course. Thank you so much for watching and still supporting. I really appreciate it. God bless you. And then thank you from New York. Whoever you are, you said Mies. I don't know. Maybe that's your name, Mies. Please end the show. Yes, I'm sorry we have to. And then the Miniachi family. Yes, it's my mom's maiden name, so I'm partially Miniachi. So yes, thank you for watching, Sergey. But anyways, okay, so let's get back into everything. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but we went through so much stuff throughout the break and stuff. Some really cool things coming up. But well, why don't we start with the basics? Where can people get a hold of Gender Justice? I have the website here in case you don't remember. And then where can people get a hold of it? When are the class or the group meetings and stuff? And you said you're having more, so where can they look up all this stuff?
Well, I can't remember what the name of the website is. What is it? Oh my god, I'm so bad. All right, it's
okay.
So it's genderjusticenv.org is the website where you can get more information about our groups and about the organization. So yeah, in terms of that, yeah. So. And my mom's name, who I told you guys, she works for
and she's awesome.
For the
she's here in the studio. She's the best.
Is Laura Hernandez, and she's the Family Youth Services Coordinator, and she's great. So if you want more information about her, also go to the website. So yeah.
And also, Laura is bringing up too. There's also a support group for trans parents, so parents of trans kids, and so a support group. And I think that's really cool to have that as well. And I think she was even saying, and I agree with her, that sometimes even if not more important, just as important as regular support groups. So I think that's really cool that they have that for you guys and the parents, and I think that's awesome. So
yeah, definitely.
But very important stuff, and I think that's good that people have that and know that. And I will post that all over our Facebook page as well too when the video's up within the next 48 hours. I can't start a second show. I'm sorry. We're getting all these requests to do a second show. But no, I think it's because it's a really great topic, and I think you guys bring up some really valid points that I've never thought of before, and most traditional media people probably never even thought of before. So I think that's really cool. So why don't you go over, let me think. I'm trying to think of how we can end this so we can get as much as possible. Because there's so much to talk about, but let's think of something in particular. So once again, we'll talk about coming out and stuff. And if you don't have any type of support from your parents or even friends or whatever, they can go to Gender Justice. And even you guys, I'm sure personally, and other people will be there for them. So is Gender Justice like the best place to go if you're in Vegas?
I mean, honestly, for me, that's like the only place that like I've really like been a part of. My mom works for them, so I would say definitely that they're a great organization, and that to definitely check them out. And that if you are having trouble with your gender identity, or you are looking for like a group where you can just really express yourself and be yourself, that is definitely a great place to go to.
Yeah, it's definitely a safe place. And
and then if you're not in Vegas, do you have like any other suggestions, websites or anything, or even if they Google it, do you know of any other places outside of Vegas where people can look to go get help?
right. I do not personally.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't really either.
No problem.
Although I will bring up one more thing about the organization that we do that is also a really important thing, is that we also deal with schools. So we like have advocates that go to the schools with students to make sure that they're able to use the bathroom, the locker room, to use whatever facilities and have like the right name that they want used and stuff. And it's really great that they're able to do that. So that's a big part of like what my mom does, and it's really great. And usually we are able to make sure that every student is being able to use whatever bathroom and whatever name they want to go by, and it's a really great thing. So yeah.
I forgot about that. The bathroom, I don't know why it's such an issue, but unfortunately it is. Can you just explain like what you guys like, what you want? Just everyone can use whatever bathroom they want, but can you just explain why, so people like maybe can get it through their thick skulls, why you just want equality for once?
Well, in case you don't know, if you've been living under a rock for the last couple of months, there has been a bill passed in not just North Carolina, but just all over the U.S. that is just segregation against all LGBTQ plus people, and it's just awful and terrible, and I just hate that like it has to be the way that it is and stuff. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, I just feel like I don't understand like all of the things, and especially in the trans community, of all the awful things that are happening right now in the world, in the trans community and stuff. Why is a bathroom the thing that we're focusing on? You know, I don't think that anyone is no one is really concerned about it, and I don't think that if it hadn't been so widely spread as this like bad
People
thing,
wouldn't
that
even
people wouldn't
realize it,
even
yeah.
realize it, and it wouldn't even be a bad thing. You know, like I've seen a video by this guy where he like tried to like prove the point of the bathroom bill by like he made this video about like where he like went in a tacky Party City blonde wig and like a purple dress and went into the women's bathroom and it was just awful and just like it
They're the people that are
totally
Yeah.
shaming
the
the trans community, and it's just so stupid that of like all the things that we could be worrying about right now and all the things that are happening in the world, that this is the thing that we're like making a big thing. I hate the world sometimes.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if you don't agree with it, then just go to the bathroom in your own home. I mean, it's as simple as that. If you don't like what someone's doing, just leave it alone. It's not any of your business. It's not affecting you by any means whatsoever.
Yeah.
So why do you have to bring everyone else down? I don't get the point of it. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right, and there is a lot of fear for transgender people to go into bathrooms because they're scared of.
I'm sure it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
and having all of this on our back of having to worry about people know
Is
that
on
this is
top
so
of it,
widely
yeah.
spread in the media is just even more awful. And you know, I don't really have like issue going into the bathroom anymore and like feeling unsafe and stuff. But I know when I was first transitioning that there was definitely like it was very hard for me. And so I think just having all of this on top of us to make us feel even less like we're human beings is just so awful
It's
and just so
ridiculous.
terrible. So like just we're not aliens. We're
No.
just going into the bathroom to pee like everyone else. You know, like I think, and it's like no.
I don't know what else
you're-
I think you guys
like,
are
what-
doing.
Like, and like the whole thing is
I
like,
don't
oh,
know.
that's encouraging men to like go in the bathrooms and rape little girls. You know, like this isn't even as much about like about like the men's bathroom. It's all about like the women's bathroom and like men going in there.
Yeah,
and,
it's very
and,
much
like,
targeted towards trans women, which is
and
horrible.
it's so terrible that we're like just men in dresses. I am not a man in a dress, and
No,
I
absolutely.
like to bring that up that no trans woman is a man in a dress, and
No.
so it's just really sad that that's the way that our society is viewing us.
Absolutely. I think that's very important, and maybe talk to the senator. I don't know who's in charge of that stuff, but like get it fixed already because it's just completely ridiculous. It needs to be done already. But we're at the very end of our show, so once again, go to genderjusticenv.org and then also email Hernandez at genderjusticenv.org. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will definitely have them back on again because I think they're incredible and we could talk about this forever.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys
thank
so much
you.
for being on. I really, really appreciate it. I think a lot of people got a lot of help and I think that's really cool. So thank you guys so much for listening. Remember, never give up. Always believe and you'll